Guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've not done a review video for a while now, and with everything that's going on at the moment with AMC, GME, and the impending short squeeze, I thought I'd do a review on a trading app. Now, important word here, trading app. This is not an investing app. So this isn't typically where you would go to hold stock, buy it, hold it for a while. This is you actively buying it because you want to trade it, where you may want to use leverage and you're going to be taking out CFDs essentially. So you're buying a contract for difference. Really important distinction, guys. So if you're an investor just starting out, this may be a little too advanced for you. But if you are trading and you're actively being involved with, AMC and everything that's going on in the market on a day-to-day basis, you're scalping, so on and so forth, then this video may be for you. Again, it's going to be an overview, not an in-depth review. If you do use the link that is in the comments that is pinned there, you will get a 20% discount on all of their fees, and you'll also get a commission bonus or commission-free bonus of between $100 and $1,000 when you sign up using my link as well. This is not a paid or sponsored video, but I will get an affiliate commission if you do decide to use them. So if you do, thank you in advance. But if you don't as well, that's also great. So let's get into this overview. The company is called COLMEX Pro. I'm going to show you and walk you through things on their website and just show you some things that I think are going to be important for you to understand. Right, so this is their homepage, essentially, okay? So signing up is relatively easy. You can open an account there. You can actually sign up to a free demo account there. Now, when you do this, let me just go into this very quickly. There's a video there. There's some tutorial bits and pieces there. You need to give them your details, and that will actually start a demo for you. So relatively easy, you can open your account there. Now, obviously, in terms of platforms, this will support MetaTrader 4 and MultiTrader as well. So again, if you're trading, you're using MetaTrader 4, this is compatible with that as well. Let's go back to home. Now, when I do these reviews or any review, and again, this is just an overview, but I think this bit is important anyway, we do have to have a look at regulation. Now, a lot of the trading platforms I've found are all registered and authorized out of Cyprus. So they're covered or are regulated, authorized by the CISEC authority out there. And that means that if they're operating here in the UK, they are often passporting it. And that has an impact with regards to Brexit. Essentially, we're no longer part of the European bloc. So therefore, these companies now have to get permissions under passporting rights, which means that they're not fully authorized just yet, but they have the authority to operate here in the UK. A really important distinction. But let's go through some of the regulatory stuff, because I think if you're going to be using a business, you kind of need to be comfortable with the level of regulation they actually do have. Now, in this instance, they will be classed as dual regulated. So when we look at their website here, they do actually mention it here. They're regulated under two jurisdictions, so the UK and Cyprus. But I want to go down to the bottom here. So you've got all of the normal regulatory wordings, which is this bit right here. Like I said, they are operated under temporary passporting rights here in the UK. Now, you can actually go and check this. The best way for you to do that will be to go onto the FCA website. This is them right here. So you will go on to register, type in COLMEX Pro, and this will basically come up. And note, it says temporary permission. So when you click on this, and I would encourage anybody, if you're going to use them and you're relatively new, you want to be comfortable with it, please come to this page and actually read through what this page actually states, okay? Very, very important. Now, importantly, I have to point this out. Firms we regulate may also provide products or services that are unregulated. These may not be covered by the Financial Ombudsman Service or the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. If you are unsure whether a product or service is regulated by us, then you should ask the firm to clarify this in writing. So what does that actually mean? If you're investing with a company that is UK-based, authorized and regulated by the FCA, then you're automatically going to get Financial Services Compensation Scheme. What that basically means is you'll get £85,000 worth of coverage if the company were to disappear, not be able to operate anymore. What this is basically saying is that those rules may not necessarily apply to this firm specifically. Now, I have done some research and I have found what a level of protection that you do have is actually called the Investors Compensation Fund. And when you go and look at this, it basically gives you coverage, and this is for any firm that is regulated by CISEC, so the regulatory authority out in Greece, and it gives you cover up to €20,000. So not quite the £85,000 that we're used to here domestically, but it gives you protections nonetheless. Again, if you're going to be using a provider like this that is, based in Cyprus and authorized out in Cyprus, you're going to have to ask yourself a very serious question. Are you okay with that level of cover? Hopefully you are. If you're not, then you may need to go find an alternative. May not mean a lot to you at this point in time, but trust me, you want to cross this T and dot this I at the very, very outset and not hopefully be left holding a bag or with some kind of crazy surprise because you didn't check it. I go through this because I think it's really important. Been in the industry long enough to know that companies sometimes do disappear through no fault of their own or through fault of their own. And as a consumer, you don't want to be left holding the bag, essentially. So this is an important thing. So let's just go back onto their website and let's have a look at what they actually have to offer. So with these guys, you can access 9,000 US stocks. So that's quite a lot of the companies. You can access blue chip, mid cap. Blue chip is large cap companies, by the way, guys. Mid cap, small cap, you can access ETFs, ADRs. You can also access hundreds of over-the-counter stocks from one account. So it's kind of like a hub all in one place. Again, you'll be looking to trade these stocks more than anything else. You get access to level 2 data. So with what's going on at the moment with AMC and GME, you may be interested in short interest. What is the short interest in a stock? This will give you this kind of information so that you can make better decisions on how you're going to place your trade and your strategy based on that data. So, data is really, really important. Being able to see stuff so that you can make an informed decision is absolutely key. So having access to this kind of stuff is important too. This is something that they do that I really, really like. They actually give you access to IPOs. So literally the minute it goes onto the markets, you can literally start to trade those things, new stocks, new IPOs, pretty much straight away. So something that many people ask, well, how do you get access to IPOs? Well, look, this is pretty much instantaneous. Yes, you can get it with Trading 212 and the like. Sometimes it takes a while for them to get on. But with these guys, you actually get access to them the minute they start trading on the relevant index or stock exchange, essentially. So those are just some of the things there. Look, let's have a look at confidence. Most of these companies will put this anyway because these are just, important points for you to understand. Yes, there's going to be a spread. Yes, you can use them to get ideas because you can have access to all the market data. Pricing, I'm going to cover in a minute. Confidence. And this is very, very good. You actually get, when you sign up to these guys, apparently you actually get, every individual gets their own account manager. So I think that's useful if you are day trading and you need assistance. You might get stuck trying to kind of understand how the system works, so on and so forth. This could be really, really good. But the fact that you get your own personal account manager, I think is a really good touch from a customer service point of view. One of the things that I do want to highlight is this section right here, and it says, we are keeping our clients' funds in segregated bank accounts with top-tier banks. This means that all your money is held separately from the assets of COLMEX Pro. We also check in frequently that there is enough funds in the segregated client accounts and hold a large buffer for unpredictable events. The purpose of this practice is to safeguard your investments. When you talk about unpredictable events, things like short squeezes, right? So we saw back in January the likes of Robinhood essentially preventing people from placing trades or buying more of that stock. This is one of the reasons why they would stop and pull the rug and prevent people from being able to buy more stock, because they need to have a larger buffer of money to cover unpredictable or unprecedented events. What happened in January, you could argue what's happening right now with these stocks is unprecedented. So these guys, security is very, very important. Number one, keeping your money in a segregated account, absolutely fantastic. It's one of the things that I'm not going to mention the name of the firm, but if you've been following this channel, you'll understand who I'm talking about. They don't actually do this, or at least I'm not aware that they do this. This is an important, crucial factor in security, essentially. And it's great to see that they actually are holding a large buffer for unprecedented events as well. It also goes on to say here that they're obviously licensed investments authorized by the CISEC essentially. So, and it gives you a bit more information here about the investors compensation fund and what you're covered for. And again, I will post a link to that page that I showed you earlier with just basically showing you that you've got 20,000 euros worth of cover. So really, really important. I wanted to show you that because I think if you're trying to do a tick box exercise, this is a really big box to essentially tick when you're doing this. So corporate stability, again, this is very, very important as well. They're a big company. They've been around since 1990, actually. They're older than eToro. They're not as big, though, when it comes to users. Don't know why that is. I couldn't find anything out in the research doing this video. But yeah, they've been around since 1990. So eToro, I think, was founded, I believe, in 2008, something like that. I may be wrong there. But yeah, these guys have been around since 1990. And you get round-the-clock customer care as well, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, let's go on to some of their fees. I'm going to go back to their homepage for this. Let's have a look at this. Now, as I said, you can trade stocks, CFDs, equities, Forex as well, right? So you can trade currencies too. So these are the relative accounts that they actually have. Now I'm going to go through this tier here because this is just a tiered plan. You can go and have a look at all of these. So I encourage you, if you do want to use them, please come to the website. Please do check this out. Again, this is just an overview. But $500 is the minimum deposit you can essentially put in. Now, the fees on this, that's 1 cent per share. Minimum order is $1.50. And then you've got order routing fee, which is, well, that's minuscule. It's not a lot at all. I know that these things do add up over time, but a small amount for order routing. When you look at equities, again, with equities, minimum deposit is 3,000 with this, so it tends to go up over this, but per share, it's 1 cent, minimum order, $2.50. The order routing is exactly the same. With Forex, you've also got those fees as well. So please make sure that you come and have a look at these properly. There are some other fees in here in terms of, if you are, and again, you're going to be using potentially leverage. So CFDs, you can leverage up to 5 times with this. So if you are going to be doing that, then you are going to be having fees because essentially with leverage, you're borrowing money. And let's just talk about that a little bit, by the way, guys, in case you are new to this. You using leverage when you're trading or looking to trade a stock or a currency pair, if you're leveraging at say times 5, it means that essentially you're putting in £100 of your own money, but you're actually trading with £500. Now that's great if you're making money because if you've invested £500 and you go up, 10%, obviously you're making £50 as opposed to £10 if you were trading with just your money without the leverage, right? That's great. But on the opposite side to that as well, if you are in a loss by 10%, you're losing £50 in opposed to 10. So leverage is not there to be used lightly. You kind of have to know what you're doing. So again, if you're looking at this, you're probably going to be experienced if you're going to be looking at using this platform specifically. May not be for beginners because leverage is no joke. So just please make sure that you're aware of that. But this kind of explains examples of some of the fees that you're also going to have in there as well, particularly if you are going to be using leveraging. There's an inactivity fee here as well. So again, this is simply just an overview. But like I said at the beginning of this, with all the fees that you see here, if you sign up using the link that is in the comment section that I'm going to pin there, you get 20% off all of these fees for the lifetime as well. And you also get a free commission welcome gift between $100 and $1,000 as well. So hopefully this will be useful for you. Some other things that you need to know in just wrapping this up, because I've made notes of these a little bit earlier on. Yes, you can use leverage. So again, you can use up to 5 times leverage with this as well. Penny stocks, you have access to penny stocks. Those are immediately tradable as well. So you can actually trade them. You can actually short stocks with COLMEX Pro as well. So this is really, really good. The platform is available on Windows, on Mac, across Android, iOS. So in terms of usability, you should be able to use this on the go. You don't necessarily need to have your desk kind of set up. You can use this on the go if you needed to. All of the stocks in the US market are also tradable as well. So you get access to quite a bit by using them. Oh, and one great thing as well, actually, and you know what? I know that this really, really matters. and I don't really know what the difference is because I use eToro for a little bit of trading when I do the odd day trade here and there. But apparently, these guys have one of the, if not the fastest industry execution time of 33 milliseconds. Pretty quick. So if you're scalping, you want to get into a trade and get out really, really quickly. These guys are absolutely super, super fast for that as well. So guys, there it is. I hope it's useful. If you are getting involved with AMC, like I said, you may find this useful. But yeah, let me know in the comment box below. Remember, guys, please be careful with this kind of stuff. I'm sure that you know what you're doing. If you don't, please do your research and go into this responsibly, as always. I think it requires a completely different skill set to investing. Investing is buying stuff, looking at fundamental research, holding it for a period of time, then you might dispose of it. This is being more active. You need technical analysis here. You need to kind of understand how those things work. So if you don't know how they work, please do your research. But I'm sure if you are watching this, you've made it this far, you already know what you're doing anyway. So hopefully you found this useful. Guys, remember, podcast right here. We've got a really good episode this week, but it's kind of me just telling you a little bit about future plans. I've got a great announcement coming on Friday, and we have a live session on Saturday. It's going to be a marathon, 5 hours. We're going to be talking about Forex. We're going to be talking about crypto. We're going to be talking about the property game. We're going to be talking about investing. If you want to come along, it's Saturday afternoon. We are going to be kicking off at 11. It's going to be amazing. I hope to see you there. But remember, money is a tool. Life is for living. I will catch you midweek when we do another live. Catch you soon.